of bisexuality is in the HBO show Sex and the City. And Carrie has a love interest who comes out as bisexual to her. And the reason this is a problematic representation is because his essential drive and characterization is related to his sexual preferences. So as soon as he comes out, he's basically taken out of the plot. He serves no other purpose than to demonstrate the undesirability of male bisexuality. And this also exemplifies the invalidation of the bisexual sexual orientation, because basically Carrie and her friends refer to his sexuality as a layover to Gay Town.
In the show Orange is the New Black, Piper is married to a man, but has had a relationship with Alex, a woman from her youth. At one point, Piper says, "I used to be a lesbian." This perpetuates the idea that sexual orientation is dependent on the current romantic partner, not the person's true sexuality.
In the show Grey's Anatomy, a character, Callie, presents a positive representation of bisexuality for two reasons. She's a well-developed and multifaceted character, and the second reason is that she's incidentally bisexual. Her relationships and the gender of her current partner do not define her sexuality. She openly refers to herself as bisexual. It's also worth noting that Shonda Rhimes, the creator and writer of Grey's Anatomy, is a unique example of a prominent female director with a non-problematic gaze.
In the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Daryl Whitefeather is an example of a character whose sexuality is not his defining trait. He does not victimize himself because he identifies as bisexual. In fact, he celebrates it. His coming out was very positive and portrayed well in the show, and the people around him didn't treat him any differently because of his sexual orientation. The writers clarify that his relationships are not stepping stones to coming out as gay, rather a part of a bisexuality that includes attraction to both men and women.
How has the media portrayal of bisexuality helped or hurt your self-image?
I think the main thing that has affected my self-image is the lack of bisexual representation in the media. I've always felt kind of cheated by the fact that straight people can find books, shows, and movies that have straight people, and gay people get books, shows, and movies that have gay people. But I can count on one hand the amount of bisexual main characters I found in books, shows, or movies. I've seen, there are 4 to be exact. This kind of thing that makes me feel sort of lonely. It's so easy for gay people to find media that shows their journey of self-discovery, but it's next to impossible to find any media in which a bisexual person discovers who they are. It has always made me feel out of place, even when I'm in the LGBT+ spaces.
How do people react initially when they find out your sexual orientation?
Overall, I have been lucky with the reactions to my coming out. Most of them have been, "Oh yeah, I know." The main negative reaction I faced is silence. No negative or positive words, just silence, and then a change of subject. It's like slapping me with silence, and it's by erasure in the flesh. Yeah.
How do you think media has influenced these people?
Well, as I said, people's complete silence is basically a personified reflection of bi-erasure in the media. Even the few pieces of media with bi-representation in them never say the word. It's always no labels, or I like who I like, or open-minded. And I'm all for people rejecting labels, but I do wish bisexual wasn't treated like a swear word. No label in place of bisexual is used just as crap replaces shit on TV. I've heard the word bisexual used twice in media in reference to a main character and twice in references to a minor or a recurring character. I think the fact that no one hears the word or really understands what it means to be bisexual results in people not knowing what to say when a bisexual person comes out to them or reacting uncomfortably when it's mentioned. Bisexual erasure in media results to it in real life as well.